I never thought I was gonna be a professional athlete. I never saw myself as somebody who was gonna be a change maker or a difference maker. I didn't grow up with those kind of aspirations, but somebody else saw that in me and believed in that.
U.S. Paralympian Scout Bassett created her own prosthetic leg as a child from belts and tape and taught herself how to walk. But she had no idea she would one day hold world records for track.
Whenever I doubt myself, whenever I question how something's gonna come to life, whether it's a goal or a dream, whatever it might be, I always think I've gone through much worse in my life, unthinkable experiences, and some of it even unspeakable. And when I think about that and how I've overcome that and who I am as a result of those things, it gives me the strength and the confidence to be able to tackle anything in the present or in the future.
Bassett's past explains why. She was left on the street in China as a baby, her right leg lost in a chemical fire. She spent her childhood in an orphanage under harsh conditions. At the age of 7, she was adopted and moved to small-town Michigan. Bassett says she struggled to belong.
I think there's so many of us that struggle to be seen, to live in our truth, to be comfortable with the things that we cannot change about ourselves. And for me, that was the start of that journey, of living and accepting an identity of things that had happened that I would never be able to change. And sport, running, really started that journey for me.
And it was a long one. She lived out of her car and on friends' couches to make ends meet while training. But in 2016, she made it to the Paralympics in Rio.
In that moment, it wasn't tears of sadness, but of just incredible gratitude of like, oh my gosh, like we've done it, like we've made it, and how unlikely this story has been.
Today, she holds the world record in women's 400 meters T42 and the American record in women's 200 meters T42. Outside of sports, Bassett is dedicated to breaking down barriers that prevent athletes with disabilities from reaching their full potential.
I know that just existing, just by being recognized in this way, that somebody else is gonna see it and get a glimmer of hope, or some young girl is gonna read it or see these photos and think, okay, I have a future, I'm gonna be okay.